Welcome to Perfect Vocals Academy YouTube channel. If you want to learn audio engineering from top to bottom, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you know every single week when we release a new tutorial. Hey guys, this video is about multi-band compression for vocals. Now, you've heard me talk about this a million times, and it is single-handedly the key ingredient to getting smooth vocals that'll sit in your mix. So one of the biggest things with vocals is the buildup of low mids, and not only the buildup that you can just EQ out, but the low mids vary throughout the song. So there will be different spikes of low mids that will poke out throughout the whole song, usually with vocals. So here is a vocal. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the... Here's without the C4. This is the multi-band compressor. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. And then with... either I'm toxic or I track crazy. It's a crazy difference. If you listen without, it sounds like the low mids just get louder in certain spots, and it makes the vocal almost impossible to sit in the mix. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. Either I'm... and there's even a compressor on right now, and it's still jumping out. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. And then here's with. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. Either I'm toxic or I... That's a big difference. By the way, if you like what you're hearing, this is an artist named Slaz. It's a good friend of mine, and Slaz is very talented and has awesome music. So search him on Spotify or Apple or whatever you use. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. Either I'm toxic or... Perfect Vocals Academy presents the Vocal Mixing Masterclass. Do you want to become a profitable audio engineer? This course includes a PVA sound treatment ebook, 15 in-depth videos, as well as worksheets for each video. A bonus video, how to profit as an up-and-coming audio engineer, and a bonus Pro Tools template using Waves plugins is also included. So, how to approach multi-band compression. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck. So what I like to do is just, there's 4 bands right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Depending on the vocal, I like to move around these guys right here until I feel like I have each section in its own category. So we got the lows, the low mids, the high mids, and the super highs. So here's the low mids. You feel like a blast from the past. Take the beat out for a minute. You feel like a blast from the past. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women. That's one range. Here's another one. Super lows. Chest. It's a little bit, not even chest, it's just very low. You make me... but it does something, because you need those. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. That's a nice big range. I got that, from about 600 or 800 all the way to about 13K. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women. Yeah, and multi-band compression isn't just good for low mids. It's super good for high mids and highs as well. You feel like a blast from the past, without. My baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. You can hear it kind of... either I'm toxic or I track crazy. Call me what you want. You can hear certain words kind of popping out, getting louder. You feel like a blast from the and then when you take it off, I swear I've had the worst smooth. Women lately. Either I'm toxic or I track crazy. Call me what you want. This is I promise you, multiband compressor is the best tool in mixing music, and it's might be a bold statement, but that's my stance on it. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. Here's without. I've had the worst luck with women lately. Either I'm all over the place with low mids. Crazy. Call me what you want, you can't call me baby. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. So these are the two bands. These two bands are the biggest deal with a vocal. All your low mids, all the way up to your high highs. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. Either I'm toxic or I track crazy. Call me what you want, you can't call me baby. Crazy. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. Either I'm toxic or I... And make sure you're listening, if you're watching this video, listen on some nice studio headphones, or if you have a studio with some treated walls, listen like that. You might not hear a huge difference through your smartphone. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. Okay, and then next I want to go over... You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear... Okay, you got attack and release. So same with any compressor. Attack is going to be, how long it takes until the compression kicks in. The release is how long, it takes for the compression to stop compressing, and then the next peak comes. So, with multiband compression, most of the time you're good with its default settings on here. So, as in the low end, it's usually a slower attack, and then low mids is going to be like a fast medium attack, and then a fairly quick release. I'd say under 40 for the lows and low mids. Now with the highs and high mids, I tend to do fast attacks and fast releases, so that way you can really catch all those like little peaky things poking through. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. Either I'm toxic or I track crazy. Call me what you want, you can't call me babe. Yeah, that lets the high mids kind of poke more and be a little bit more punchy, but it may work, but I'm normally trying to really level out those high mids. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the... So I personally usually go with a fast attack and fast release for the highs, or for the high mids and the highs. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. Either I'm toxic or I track crazy. Call me what you want, you can't call... Yeah, it's just doing its job less with a really slow attack. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. Either I'm toxic or I track crazy. Call me what... And then it might be my imagination, but I think when I had it like kind of a little slower, I heard like certain things kind of like the word, like the letter P, like p, t, like things like that, kind of poking through. So if you do a fast attack, you're going to level those things out. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. Either I'm toxic or I track crazy. Call me what you want, you can't call me baby. You make me... Okay. Now, with threshold is these sliders. So each one of these bands have a threshold. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the... And then you can see how much you're compressing, kind of. It's not exact, but so this far right here where my mouse is, that's 6 dB. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the... It looks like the high mids is getting maybe 4 dB of gain reduction. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck. Same with the low mids. You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. Because those are the most extreme areas where you're going to vary the most and require the most compression. But the lows,
you feel like a blast from
probably only getting 1 to 2, and then the super, super highs,
you feel like a blast from the past.
same thing, 1 to 2. So you only compress by what you need. I can't tell you a certain amount of compression for multiband compression, but I will say when the vocal really needs it, in like the low mids and stuff, if you're trying to be really light with it,
You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. Either I'm toxic or
a lot of times it's not doing the trick. So I tend to pull it down until I like what I hear.
You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. Either I'm toxic or I track crazy. Call me what you want, you can't call me baby. You make me swallow
So don't be afraid of the threshold, you know. You'll hear bad effects if it's too much.
You feel like a blast from the past.
Some cool global settings over here. So this here is to adjust the threshold for all 4, to adjust the gain for all 4, the range for all 4, attack and release. Now, range is the more you go down with the range, the more you're allowing it to compress that far. So if you don't do the range that far, let me show you.
You feel like a
Let's do it on the high mids. If I brought this range up like this,
You feel like a
it's not going to compress that much.
You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst.
So I'm limiting that to only compress like 1 dB or something. But if you bring that range down, it gives a bigger range to be able to compress more.
You feel like a blast from the past, my baby.
That's pretty much it with range. It's not something that technical. It's just how much room you're allowing to compress. Now, if you don't want to compress that much, then yeah, just tighten up the range.
You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. Either I'm toxic or
Just didn't sound as good, so usually I go around there like a -8.
You feel like a blast from the past, my baby. I swear I've had the worst luck with women lately. Either I'm toxic or I track crazy.
Huge difference. You will notice a difference, I promise, just putting the Wave C4 on the vocal without touching anything. If you have the factory default setting, you're going to notice an improvement right off the gate. So it's a very powerful tool, and it doesn't need to be something that is too technical. You don't have to overthink this. It's just simply create the bands, the areas for the vocal. So for example, if this was a female vocalist, maybe this low mid range would be moved up some since the voice isn't as deep. Maybe it would be like something like, 176 to 1K or something, so it just varies by the singer. And also you might be just wanting to use the multiband compressor to fix one little problem. So you might want to bypass these, and then you have this weird harsh frequency going on, and then you just use this little band here to compress it. So that's another thing. I mean, it's limitless, but either way, you can use all the bands, you can use one band, you can use 2 bands, whatever you need to do for what you're trying to get done. So hope this helps, guys, and make sure you subscribe to the mailing list so you can learn about the vocal mixing master class that is coming out soon, so you can know the release info on that, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I will see you next week.